Coming up on UIWtv, learn about on-campus resources dedicated to mental health. Plus, discover a delicious spot around San Antonio. And relive all the action from UIW football's home opener. All this and more next on UIWtv.
Hello and welcome back to UIWtv. I'm Abigail Velez.
And I'm Joy Bergen.
We're back and better than ever. You're watching an NATAS Student Production Award nominated news station this time around.
That's right. Before we begin, let's just take a moment to thank the entire UIWtv team for all of their hard work despite the circumstances of this past year, and of course our faculty advisor, Teresa Coronado, who's believed in us from the beginning.
And lastly, a big thank you to our viewers who tune in and allow us to grow semester after semester. We couldn't have done it without all of you. Let's jump right in. We aren't the only Cardinals who have something to gloat about. Yesterday, one of our very own UIW alum was awarded Texas Clinical Teacher of the Year. Yesenia Covarrubias graduated from UIW just 4 months ago and now works as a third-grade teacher at Walsham Elementary. Congratulations, Yesenia. You are making your Cardinal community very proud. If you're needing a break from the long walks across campus, the campus shuttle buses are resuming services at full capacity after routes were halted due to the pandemic. The shuttles runs from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Thursday and 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Fridays. On-campus shuttles will no longer stop at the Student Engagement Center. Off-campus shuttles added 2 new stops at the Township Apartments and Founders Hall.
We evaluated the safety of restarting the shuttle service, and after conferring with our medical experts within the UIW community, we determined that we can safely start that service again.
Now, masks are required on the shuttles and social distancing is recommended when possible. You can download a map of the shuttle bus route on the Business Office webpage under the Parking tab.
Speaking of shuttles, UIW's medical students took to the road over the summer thanks to the generous support of the Moody Foundation. The foundation partnered with UIW's School of Osteopathic Medicine to launch a mobile medical clinic. The 29-foot vehicle will allow medical students and faculty to deliver services to the community.
The freshman class of 2025 began their first semester at UIW 5 weeks ago, but they aren't the only students on campus for the very first time. Sophomore student Michael Lasanti is also back on campus for the very first time. Even though he saw his peers over Zoom last semester, he had trouble bonding with them.
Honestly wish I'd just been able to connect with the community here a bit more, specifically the honors program since I'm an honors student.
Michael hopes to be more involved with campus events this semester. If you would like to be involved with student organizations or campus events, visit your UIW Engage via your Cardinal apps.
Student residents are happy to return to the dorms this semester, but some students are not too happy about some of the conditions of their dorms. The lack of parking, the amount of bird droppings, and minimal security surveillance has some residents looking for answers.
I do know that there have been maintenance issues that I have to repeatedly submit a request for, and it doesn't get taken care of until I tell someone who's higher up than me.
Township residents say they are hoping their concerns be heard in a timely manner and get resolved. All right, well, hearing that makes me glad to be a commuter.
Well, it's not all that bad. Dubuis Hall is already under renovation right now.
That's true. The university plans to pursue a green building strategy by seeking leadership and energy and environmental design certification, otherwise known as LEED. A basic LEED certification for Dubuis will help reduce the hall's carbon footprint.
The difficulty with building is that there's a lot of embodied carbon already. The materials, the delivery of the materials, all of these things are basically embodied carbon.
UIW's Sustainability Advisory Board will continue to monitor the LEED certification process for Dubuis Hall. For more information on UIW's environmental efforts, check out the university's sustainability webpage.
Many classrooms also received renovations over the summer. UIW invested $1.6 million into technology upgrades in 43 classrooms and auditoriums. These upgrades include wireless projectors, cameras, microphones, and interactive digital displays. The changes allow for easier hybrid instruction so that students may attend either virtually or in person.
September is Suicide Awareness Month. Suicide continues to be one of the leading causes of death in the U.S., according to the National Institution of Mental Health. UIW highlighted this important issue last week with a new event focusing on mental health. UIW recently hosted Let's Talk About Mental Health. This was an informative event on campus to provide important resources to students. Dr. Kevin Milligan shared how this event is just one step in a push to prioritize mental health in the UIW community.
You know, just as if someone was struggling physically, we would tell them to go to the doctor, go get help, get on medication. It's the same thing with us. You know, we want people to know that a lot of this stuff you can't just get over. You know, you need to get that help, that extra support. So just being that support for them and pointing them in the right direction to get that help.
Counseling services through UIW are free to all students, but for those who don't attend university, there are other resources available as well. One such resource is Laurel Ridge Treatment Center.
Laurel Ridge Treatment Center is a psychiatric and behavioral health facility located here in San Antonio. We are the second largest freestanding behavioral health facility in the country.
Laurel Ridge provides 17 different programs that specialize in specific mental health services. Mental health is something that can affect anyone, but the Student Veterans of America organization is focused on providing help to those who may need it most.
Yes, the mental health struggles are very severe amongst veterans, you know, but we also get that stigma with that, you know, mental awareness. And UIW offers great support, great resources.
With free food and lots of fun, UIW is paving the way to talk about mental health. With UIWtv, I'm Joy Bergen. To utilize UIW's counseling services, visit my.uiw/counseling.
Moving on to local news and something I'm personally excited about. Last month, San Antonio officials announced plans for a new Whataburger at the San Antonio National Airport. Along with food for hungry travelers, the franchise will provide jobs for more than 50 local employees. The restaurant is set to open early next year and will feature a custom art wall to honor San Antonio landmarks. San Antonio residents can look forward to updates coming to their neighborhoods soon. I got an early look at that information. Let's take a look. The city of San Antonio released their budget for the 2022 fiscal year, including a streetlight program that will place streetlights in unlit areas of the city to promote safety and to lessen the risks of traffic hazards. The City of San Antonio Streetlight Program's budget is set to $5.8 million. This will fund the streetlights and construction costs. Priority areas will be residential neighborhoods that have limited lighting, primarily in the west and south sides of San Antonio.
We signed petitions to get more lighting because we didn't have no lights. We had lights like every other block, and it was real dark.
While some citizens say this is a great allocation of the city's budget, others disagree.
I think $5.8 million is a bit excessive, to be honest, especially when there's so many other bills that are on the table and policies that could use that money a bit more.
Citizens of San Antonio say that they hope to see the streetlight program carried out by the end of this year. For UIWtv, I'm Abigail Velez.
Pretty soon we won't be needing streetlights to brighten the night. UIW has already begun preparation for our annual Light the Way event. This week, volunteers worked to repair strands of Christmas lights before they're ready to be hung. Light the Way will be kicking off next week with the display board contest, where organizations get a chance to show off their creativity. By now, we're all familiar with the novel coronavirus COVID-19, but humans aren't the only ones affected. That's why animals at the San Antonio Zoo are also getting vaccinated against the virus. Last week, the first round of vaccinations were administered to animals most susceptible to COVID.
We're going to start with some of our big cats. You know, looking at zoos across the country or across the globe, essentially, what we have is some reports of lions, tigers, some of the big cats that have been exposed and have mild signs of an infection. And we also have some of the primates.
This year, the San Antonio Zoo has not seen any cases of COVID-19 amongst their animals, and they are hopeful to keep it that way. Trainers have been working with the animals to prepare them for the vaccination process to make it the least stressful as possible. They'll be receiving booster shots in the next 3 weeks. So far, there has not been any evidence of any negative side effects.
Now, I don't know about you, Joy, but I would not want to be the one having to give a vaccine to those tigers.
Okay, me neither. But apparently, they have the trainers distract them while the vet does it, so the animals just think it's a bug bite.
Well, that's one heck of a bug bite. I don't know, but I guess if we can do it, so can they. Speaking of which, UIW has now received over $16,000 in funding to provide COVID vaccines to rural Bexar County areas. The funds were received through a grant from a Houston-based Episcopal Health Foundation. UIW faculty and students will now coordinate 6 COVID vaccine events between September 2021 and February of 2022.
Last semester, we took a look at Hearts Need Art, an organization dedicated to using the healing power of the arts in San Antonio hospitals. This semester, they've celebrated a return to in-person treatment with their annual fundraising gala, Night of 1,000 Hearts. I had a chance to check it out.
Hearts Need Art hosted their 4th annual Night of 1,000 Hearts fundraising gala on Saturday. Hearts Need Art provides artistic support to healthcare workers and patients suffering from life-altering illnesses. They offer art classes, live music, and serenades to brighten hospital halls and offer encouragement. Constanza Roeder, the organization's founder, shared the important role art plays in the healing process.
Artists are our second responders. So first responders help save people's lives, but second responders help people rebuild and move forward into the future.
The gala included live music, entertainment, food, drinks, and a silent auction featuring art created by patients through the Hearts Need Art program. Guests were also encouraged to write tokens of appreciation for healthcare workers. The mayor of San Antonio also made a virtual appearance to show his support.
In areas where Hearts Need Art serves, healthcare workers are less burned out, patients are happier, healthier, and less isolated, and local artists have meaningful work.
The organization had a goal of raising $50,000 through the gala.
Sold for $2,000!
By the end of the night, they had raised $53,000, and many of the guests also subscribed to provide monthly donations.
October 21, I find Hearts Need Art, a charity that saves lives.
All proceeds from the event will go to furthering the organization's reach. With UIWtv, I'm Joy Bergen.
To learn more about Hearts Need Art or to donate to the cause, visit heartsneedart.org. If you're looking for some affordable business attire, now's your chance to get your hands on some good deals. UIW has teamed up with JCPenney to provide students and alumni the opportunity to shop in-store and online at up to 60% off. The suit-up event will be taking place this Saturday, September 25th at JCPenney North Star Mall from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. You can register for this event via Handshake. Looks like I know what I'm doing this weekend.
Joy, I'm there with you. You know me, I'm always looking for an opportunity to shop. And now, one of our favorite parts of the show, it's time to hear from you. In honor of Hispanic Heritage Month, our social media question of the week highlights Hispanic members of our Cardinal community. We want to know, what's your favorite cultural tradition? You can find our social media questions posted on our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. In the meantime, sit tight, we'll be right back with entertainment.
I won't look good in any of this. Why do I have to look like this? I just can't focus on anything. If you are feeling alone or have self-deprecating thoughts, Please reach out to a loved one because you are not alone.
You are watching UIWtv, the word on campus.
Hey there, Cardinals. I'm Gabrielle Yanes. Let's take a look at what's happening in entertainment on and off campus. Theater is back. The UIW Theater Department is excited to be able to perform live and on stage again. Performances were put on hold due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Only a handful were produced last year, but we're close to the public. This semester, the department is planning for a full season of in-person performances with COVID-19 protocols in place.
We are very excited about that because that's one of the reasons we do theater, because we want to share it with people.
For more information or to make a reservation, call 210-829-3810 during regular business hours. Looking for something new to spice up your weekend? Maybe axe throwing could be a change you're looking for. Class Axe Throwing offers plenty of snacks and drinks to make your experience all the more enjoyable. But if you plan on enjoying a cold one during your session, Class Axe is a BYOB establishment.
So it's a lot of fun. It's team building, date night, family fun type of entertainment. Just something unique to do, especially like on a Saturday night.
In the same location, you can also find the 13th floor, which opens up this Friday, just in time for the Halloween season. For more information, you can visit their website at classaxethrowing.com/San Antonio. Great news, Cardinals! KUIW is back on the air. If you haven't heard, KUIW is UIW's student-run radio station. The radio station allows students the chance to work in a professional DJ studio on campus. They currently have 20 DJs playing a variety of genres.
You can listen to KUIW through the UIW Com Arts webpage or also through the Radio FX page. So even if you just went on Google and Googled KUIW.
KUIW is a great learning opportunity for students who want to gain experience and expand their skills. Additionally, students who DJ for KUIW can earn community service hours needed to graduate. As you know, San Antonio has always been known for its amazing Mexican food. But as the city grows, residents are being introduced to cuisine from all over the world. Chaz Market and Kitchen has been serving authentic Korean cuisine to San Antonio since 1985. Their most popular meal is their all-you-can-eat Korean barbecue.
San Antonio is very, very good at incorporating other cultures into its cuisine. This looks like any other gas station, but if you walk inside, this is a Korean barbecue.
So, if you're in the mood for some delicious, authentic Korean barbecue, Chaz Market is just a 10-minute drive from UIW. It's a great way to appreciate and experience different cultures. The Tejano community is getting ready for a bittersweet moment. Joe Bravo is set to give his final performance after a legendary 60-year music career. Joe Bravo is a prominent Texas musician who announced that he would be stepping down from the stage indefinitely. His retirement comes after the musician opened up about dealing with various health issues.
He wanted to make a farewell concert for all his fans, and even though he wasn't recording anymore, his music still is readily available.
Joe Bravo's last dance will take place Saturday, November 6th at Randy's Ballroom. Safety precautions will be put in place to accommodate the current pandemic. Tickets are available at Janie's Record Shop or Del Bravo Records. That's a piece of Texas history you don't want to miss. After a year of canceled events, there has been a reemergence of award shows and other public ceremonies. The Video Music Awards were held earlier this month, And for the first time in award show history, less than 1 million viewers tuned in. This is a 31% decrease in viewership from last year. This also marks the 5th year in a row that the VMAs brought in low ratings. But what it lacked in viewers, it made up for in social media buzz. From a near brawl on the red carpet to plenty of jaw-dropping performances. Also, the Emmys took place this Sunday. The night's big winners include Ted Lasso, The Queen's Gambit, and The Crown. Streaming service Netflix brought home most of the awards with 10 wins over HBO's 9. If you missed these programs, you can still catch up on upcoming award ceremonies like the Tony Awards on September 26th and the American Music Awards on November 21st. The start of another semester means a brand new edition of Jet's Final Cut segment, where he reviews the latest and greatest in film and TV.
Hey Cardinals, it's so awesome to be back here with you on UIWTV's The Final Cut. I'm your host, Jet Delgado, and today I'm here to give you my thoughts on Marvel's new film, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. I'll admit I passed on taking a trip to my local movie theater to see Black Widow, but I couldn't pass on the full experience for the MCU debut of Shang-Chi. This action-packed film is filled with excitement start to finish. Simu Liu stars as Shang-Chi and his delivery does not disappoint. At a 2-hour and 12-minute runtime, Marvel Studios provides the viewers with a really outstanding origin story that simultaneously captures the essence of Shang-Chi's 10 rings. Shang-Chi also provides a magnificent cast featuring Awkwafina, Tony Leung Chu Wei, and Fala Chen. One thing I find irritating about most origin stories is that it takes forever to get into the action, but that isn't the case at all with this film. I truly believe this is one of the best action films by Marvel Studios, and for all you combat sports fans, I think this film's intensity will surely resonate with you as it did with myself. You also can't forget to have some light-hearted laughs thrown in there with any Marvel production, and there's plenty of those moments in Shang-Chi. If you're also a big fan of out-of-this-world visual effects, well then this is the film for you, especially in the second half of the movie. Overall, I enjoyed Shang-Chi, especially with a few of the surprises featured in this film that seriously packs the punch. In my own personal opinion, I rank Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings with higher praise than Ant-Man and Black Panther. But don't take my word for it. See it for yourselves. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings is now playing in theaters. Oh yeah, and don't forget to stay put for those post-credit scenes. I'm your host, Jet Delgado, and this has been The Final Cut.
Thanks, Jet. I'll have to give it a watch and let you know what I think. On a different note, the Black Lives Matter movement and the events that unfolded in the summer of 2020 has inspired the art scene at UIW and impacted students in ways that are reflected in their artistic expression. This month, the Kelso Art Gallery's Humanity in Black and White has inspired many students to think critically on the topic of racial and social injustice in the country.
Okay, so pretty much I feel like that the movement is a great thing that's happening in our world right now. It kind of gives a resemblance to the civil rights movement of the 60s.
Lorenzo is just one of the many students that have been inspired by the work. The exhibit is open from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., Monday through Friday, until the end of the month. So be sure to visit while you can. Well, that's all I got for you this week, but stay tuned because up next is sports. I'm Gabrielle Yanes for UIWtv.
Welcome to Campus Cardinals. This is a video with a small reminder following the COVID safety measures that we have to follow here in our nest. Some areas are strictly exclusive for one person only, following the advice of the CDC with at least 6 feet of social distancing. As we all know, we need to wear a mask covering our mouth and nose at all times on campus. If you reside in the Broadway campus, don't forget to check your temperature daily before you leave your room. And remember, we have a no guest policy. And remember to use the Cardinal Daily Health Check app And use hand sanitizer daily so that you make sure you're not spreading germs to classmates, teammates, or even work colleagues. Thank y'all for visiting the Nest. See y'all next time, and go Cards!
Glad to see you tuned in. I'm Zoe Del Rosario, and I'm excited to unpack all of the sports action from our Cardinals. UIW football just accomplished what has never been done before in school history. This past Saturday, the team beat the Texas State University Bobcats on the road in a nail-biter game with a score of 41-32. UIW had previously never beat an FBS program. Both teams went neck to neck until the fourth quarter, where UIW was able to make crucial plays to secure the major victory. UIW's offense against the Bobcats was led by sophomore quarterback Cameron Ward. Ward threw for a total of 376 yards and 4 touchdowns in the game. His performance earned him Southland Conference Offensive Player of the Week honors. Ward, who received the Freshman of the Year award last season, continues to add to his already great season. Look out for number 7 on the field. There's no better way to celebrate our football team's recent accomplishments than going to their pep rallies. As the 2021 season is upon us, the team is gaining up energy for a successful campaign.
Sure, so Raising Cane has been a great supporter to UIW Athletics, and in partnership with them to promote the UIW Athletics department and also our football season.
So come out every Thursday before home games. You'll get to meet the dance and cheer team, Red the Cardinal, and plenty of games for the kids. You might even see a football player doing a backflip. Follow on social media at UIW Athletics and come and get some food while you're at it. Speaking of home games, 2 Saturdays ago, our Cardinals played their home opener for the 2021 season. I was there on the field to break down everything that happened.
Coach Eric Morris in your 2021.
The first home game of the fall 2021 season is one to remember for UIW football, as the team defeated Prairie View A&M with a score of 40-9. The Cardinals came ready out of the gate with a touchdown in the hands of junior CJ Hardy with 11 minutes remaining on the clock. It was a solid performance overall by the offense.
We were able to make some plays in some key situations, converted some big 4th downs for touchdowns, but I thought we played physical on the perimeter. I thought the running backs ran hard.
The story of the game was the Cardinal defense forcing crucial turnovers, which helped the team take control of the game.
They created a lot of opportunistic things for the whole entire team as far as getting those turnovers at key times, and were able to give us the ball, and we were able to capitalize on some of them and get ahead early.
UIW's defense was led by senior Kelechi Anilebeshi, who completed 2 interceptions and tallied 10 tackles.
Really not about me, it's about the whole defense, It's about 10 other guys doing their job to make me shine like that and make other guys shine too. So I love this team. And once again, like I said, it's not about me.
Hey, we the best in the nation for a reason. But hey, I ain't gonna talk too much though. Watch it.
UIW football left the field with an important victory in front of their home crowd. For UIWtv, I'm Zoe Del Rosario. This Saturday, UIW football is back at home looking to continue their momentum against the McNeese Cowboys. For the full football schedule, visit UIW Athletics website. Don't get me wrong, football isn't the only sport creating buzz. Last night, our volleyball team played against Tarleton State University, but unfortunately fell short with a 1-3 set loss. Over the weekend, our men's and women's cross-country teams competed in the Oklahoma State University's Cowboy Jamboree meet. The Cardinals made their presence felt among high-ranked programs. The men ranked 8th out of 16 teams, and the women ranked 8th out of 15. Also, both the men's and women's tennis teams had important singles and doubles performances in their respective tournaments. We want to take a moment to congratulate volleyball's Bethany Clapp, who reached the 1,000 kills mark. She broke the mark during the team's match against TCU last week, where she recorded a total of 10 kills. Clapp is currently having a great season, leading the team in 15 kills with 137. We want to wish Bethany and the rest of the team the best for the remainder of the season. Cardinals, we have a stacked weekend across our athletic programs. Let's take a look at some of the games going on this weekend. Tomorrow, our women's soccer team will host Nichols State at 5 p.m. On Saturday, football will be back at their home turf to face off against McNeese at 11 a.m. Also on Saturday, women's volleyball begins conference play at home against Texas A&M Corpus Christi at 3 p.m. Students, don't forget that you can attend any home game at no charge with your student ID, so there's no excuse for you to pass on cheering our Cardinals this weekend. Looks like we've got an exciting semester ahead of us, but for now, that's all I've got for you in sports. Abigail, I hear there's a lot going on in our social media pages. What's that all about?
Thanks, Zoe. We have some awesome Cardinal athletes, but we got some super insightful responses. Alicia Caballero says fiesta is her favorite Hispanic tradition. We miss you, Alicia. Wishing you the best. Justin Kryza says Fiesta de los Reyes, and Andrea Oliva says Las Posadas. Thanks, everyone. Be sure to keep an eye out for our next social media question. You can find them on our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Well, that does it for our first newscast of the semester. Thank you so much for tuning in and supporting us on our journey this far.
We'll see you again on October 7th, but until then, stay safe and have a great week. I'm Abigail Velez.
And I'm Joy Bergen.
And this has been the UIWtv Word on Campus.